Dear Diary, so here I am, 24 years old, and I've just bought my first house. After a few years of jumping from apartments to moving in with friends, I finally had enough to buy my first house. It's nothing too special though, one-story house with 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Decent-sized living room and kitchen. The man who sold me this house was a little strange. He introduced himself as David. He didn't talk much, but the times he did, he kept his sentences short and straight to the point. He told me the previous owners lost a child in that house. I think she was around 16 to 18 when she passed. This unsettled me a bit, but I figured everything would be fine. So I unpacked my things, and a few days later I threw a housewarming party. I invited all of my family and friends and told them they could all bring some people along. We were drinking, playing music, and I occasionally had to tell some of the younger guests off for using drugs, but all in all it was a great party. I recognized almost everyone, but there was one girl who really caught my eye. She was sat in a chair in the corner of the room for pretty much the whole night. She never had a drink in her hand, never spoke to anyone, never really moved her head. She just sat perfectly still for the whole night. Anyway, time flew by and it was roughly 3 a.m. when all the guests had left. I was cleaning up, and in the chair the girl was sitting in was a diary. There was no name or any noticeable cover. The only word on the front was Dear Diary. I guess curiosity got the best of me because I stopped cleaning and took a seat to read through the book. I flipped to the first page and it read, Dear Diary, Mom and Dad just brought me to this house. It's a lot smaller than my old home. The walls are falling apart and the floor is stained. I hate it here. I miss my old home. My friends. My school. I want to go home. I wondered if this could be the girl that passed away in the house a few years ago. But I kept flipping the pages either way. Dear Diary, it's been 2 months and I still hate it at this place. Mom and Dad have started arguing a lot. First it was about me missing school. But now they argue about silly things like Dad not taking the bins out on time. Poor girl, being forced to move away from her home, her friends, and all the memories she has there. And on top of that, her parents are now arguing. A few months later, I found a new job. Made a load of new friends and even started seeing this really cute girl. By now I had forgotten all about the diary. I think I put it in one of the spare bedrooms in a closet somewhere. Which is why, when I returned home from work and saw it sitting in the middle of the hall, I panicked. The guest room door was lying wide open and the closet door was open too. I called the police reporting a break-in, and 2 officers showed up and looked around the place. Nothing was missing, nothing was moved apart from the diary, and no one was found in the house. The officers left and I hesitantly opened the diary. No new writing, no pages missing. It was the exact same as it was the last time I saw it. I flipped to the last page I read and continued reading. Dear Diary, I can't take it anymore. Mom and Dad have turned their aggression towards me. Dad even hit me the other day for being late home. They hate me. I have no friends here. I hate this house, I hate that school, I hate my parents. I hate my life. This will be my last entry. For whoever might read this, Mom or Dad, I hate you. Whoever else, I'm sorry. And that was it. The rest of the pages were blank. I felt so bad for the girl. She was so young and her life turned to hell all because of this house. I put the diary back in the closet and decided to get ready for bed. I was awoken around 4 a.m. to a loud crash coming from the guest room. I found an old glass bottle and took it with me to see what made that noise. I slowly opened the door and on the bed was the diary. I searched the house, but again, nothing stolen, nothing moved, no one to be seen. And so, I picked up the diary and flipped the pages. Shivers ran down my spine as I noticed there was a new diary entry. Dear Diary, life is much more peaceful now. Mom and Dad sold the house and a new man moved in. I attended his party and had such a great time. No one came to speak to me, but that was okay. I prefer to be left alone. I'm sure we can be great friends, but I just don't know how to introduce myself to him. How is this possible? This has to be some joke. One of my friends might have found the diary. I know my best friend has a spare key, so many he's just trying to freak me out. As I sat wondering what was going on, I thought I saw someone walking past the door towards the bathroom. I ran out as fast as I could, and as I turned into the hall, the bathroom door slammed shut. I shoved the door open, but there was no one there. I checked behind the shower curtain, but there was no one. I called the police again, and it was the same result. They warned me if I made a false call again, they would have to take action against me. I forced myself to forget about the situation. I put the diary in a box, put a padlock on it, and buried it outside in the backyard. A few days later, I was just sat on the sofa watching a movie when I heard a woman's voice coming from one of the rooms. I paused the movie and the voice continued. I started walking towards the hall and the voice came to a stop. I searched the house and couldn't find anyone. The voice started once more as I sat back down. This time it was quite clearly coming from the guest room once again. So I marched towards the room and swung the door open. I almost fell to the ground when I saw a girl sitting on the edge of the bed with her back turned to me. She slowly turned her head and I recognized her. She was the girl from my housewarming party. She gave me a smile and turned her head back round to face the wall. I ran out of that house as fast as I could and didn't look back. I ran to my friend's place where he called the police for me. They searched the house and they said the only thing they found was a book. My heart skipped a beat when they handed me that diary. I've had enough of this. I put the house up for sale and started looking for a new place. Strange things kept happening during the following weeks. Things were moved. That cursed diary kept showing up at random places. I sold my house to a lovely elderly couple. I was about to tell them about the diary, but I kept it to myself. I found a new place about an hour's drive away, moved in, and everything was fine for a few months. I had just returned from visiting my girlfriend, and right there on the table was a book. No cover, no writing. I slowly walked towards it and opened it up. All the pages were blank apart from the very last page. All it read: Dear Diary, I'm back.